shifter of sands, letter of blood, remnants of a ruined past. You say you seek the plains of silence, but do you not wander them right now?
Mad Max's timing to come out near Fury Road was probably meant to lift awareness for the game, but it only gave something better in the franchise to immediately compare it to. Fury Road's action, visuals, characters, and world were all unoriginal aspects that were blended together in a beautiful, awe-inspiring way that made it stand out as one of the best action movies of the decade. Mad Max the game is the opposite. It's a poor amalgamation of a handful of unoriginal mechanics thrown together in the shoddiest way. Take the fisticuffs for example. It's very inspired by the Batman game since it basically robs the counter and punch system that Arkham Asylum so wonderfully invented. The joy of the bloody brutality is quickly offset by the sludgy feel of the fighting. Parrying doesn't always work, especially since the counter icon pops up too quickly, and since the strikes have absolutely no rhythm whatsoever, the random, fast punches come in an aimless flurry that make defense an active struggle. There are even times where two enemies will attack you and you aren't given a way to escape the second strike. Unwinnable scenarios showcase the repulsive lack of rhythm, polish, and responsiveness and make Mad Max yet another embarrassing imitation of the Caped Crusader's sublime combat. The driving hasn't been that directly lifted from something, mainly because few games have car physics this wonky. The 2-ton metal death traps flutter about at the slightest of bumps, which makes the cars feel like weak papier-mâché models, the antithesis of what this game strives to be about. Cruising around the vast wasteland can be a great world-building exercise with some good photo mode fodder, but the swervy handling and underpowered offensive capabilities undo the positives that the game so desperately wants you to focus on. You just don't feel powerful when your weapons barely do any damage between bouts of spinning out in the sand. Be it the game or any of the films, Mad Max's existence revolves around the prestige of having a slick set of wheels, so it's off-putting that the vehicles aren't the highlight of the game despite the admirable upgrade path. Mad Max would rather waste your time than give you a condensed, satisfying experience with great mechanics. The game arbitrarily gates your progress multiple times, either forcing you to collect large amounts of currency or making you clear out side missions before it allows you to play the next story mission. Collecting cash and checking off the many bland side objectives on the map is only actively bad when it is forced upon you, something that absolutely should not happen at all in 2015, especially at this frequency. It makes a bloated game like this feel more bloated and is an awfully limiting way to spend your currency that punishes you for using it before the game wants you to. This ultimately drove me away from the game entirely. Yes, the Wasteland dry story revolving around upgrading the car was bland and cliche, and yes, the fighting and driving were despair-riddled messes, but the absolute disrespect for my time was something I could not stomach. Stopping progress like this screeches pacing to a halt, and forcing it upon the player went directly at odds with the open, pretty wasteland. And it should go directly at odds with your patience and dignity. It's a shame that a game built on a wasteland is actually built on wasting your time. Thank you everybody for watching, and my name is Michael Larry and I'm signing off. Later.